Well, hey guys, it's Captain Daddy here. As you can see, back with another episode of Once Human. Troy's not with me right now. He's in school. And I knew for a fact after watching last night's video that I need to kind of move this season along a little bit. We're a little bit behind. So in order to prevent there being a massive gap in videos where we go from where we left off last night to some of the higher end mid-game events, I wanted to do an individual video here and kind of show you what's going on. So over the past few levels, I now have 32 memetics I need to spend, and I know for a fact that we need to go ahead. We don't necessarily need the aluminum yet, but we needed to make sure we had the steel and the ability to refine the steel. So that's a big one. The thing I really, really need to get going is the electricity. That is something that I started on, but we kind of stalled out. I don't know why we stalled out. So I've got all these points that I want to kind of start working on. And I think the issue is going to be I don't have the correct items to make this stuff. So I wanted to go ahead, looking at power here, the first bench, refined parts, fireproof plastic, and fuses. And so that is going to be stuff that we find when we start working through the environment. But I do not want to start working through the environment until we get additional weapons. So as far as like tier 2 stuff, I can go ahead and make the tier 2 items for myself. And I am going to go ahead and do that. There's my gun. Boom. What was that? Look, I just got a journey for that. And that is now, ooh, boom. Transfer that over just like that. And I do like to go ahead and disassemble. We do have 2 disassembly benches. One is electronic parts. One is more plastics. I gotta try to remember. Parts, fabric, plastic. So we're going to go ahead and go that part that way. I also want to look at the armor because we had a really tough time last night with the boss just in the tier 1 armor. And so we really shouldn't have that big of a problem. This is new, needing these skins and stuff. That is definitely a new requirement. It did not used to be there. So I'm curious what's going to happen when I make this tier 2 raid helmet. And I use the ones they gave me. Can I make the tier 2 chest? Yeah, see, I'm already short materials. Oh man, they really are forcing you into having to kill animals to progress through this. Oh boy. Okay. Well, that was an unexpected change that I'm not exactly happy with. I don't like having to go out and farm animals for armor. Like, it's mostly metal at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Let's see, supplies, workbenches. Let's take a look at those real quick. I have not unlocked the second tier, or I have unlocked the intermediate. Why haven't I built the intermediates yet? Probably because I do not have the parts. I can do the intermediate. So I can do the intermediate supplies workbench. Is that built? It is not. So I'm going to build this for now because I need access to it. Troy has the upgraded ammo bench, so I'm losing that functionality right now, but it does start to unlock more items that we will need. There's the steel pickaxe. I could make steel pickaxes if I had some rawhide, and so I'm probably going to go ahead and pop my head out here and see if I can find some rawhide. Hey, you. Ugh, boy, that's... Need some attachments on these guns because they are rough. And I really thought I was going to be logging in today and doing some mining, like tin and steel and such, but it seems like, because I thought I was going to be able to make my tier 2 set pretty quickly, but it definitely seems like that is not the case. Seems like they wanting me to do some more animal hides. So I'm not sure if I like that part. That is a new requirement as of this last, I think it's version 1.3. Before, you didn't have to have specific animal hides for this stuff. It was just rawhide. Here's deer hide right there. I wonder if rawhide is just generic, and then depending, obviously, what you're looking for. Phone's going crazy. So that would only be one more piece of gear, I think. 3 pieces of rawhide for 1 piece of gear. And really, the armor isn't quite as important as the gun, so I'm kind of happy that I have the tier 2 gun. I can probably show you guys how to calibrate the weapons. So there are many, many, many levels to upgrading your gear. Having a legendary rifle with legendary mods is not the end of the game. You have layers upon layers upon layers of upgrades. So Right here is my rifle that I just made. You can see I can calibrate it up to level 4. Each time you calibrate, it costs, materials. My damage is currently 53. Now it's 58. Materials are getting more and more expensive. Probably not going to go much above that. My damage is now 62. So 10 HP per is actually pretty significant in the grand scheme of things. You can also calibrate armor, which will give you additional. Here's the tier. So 3 pieces of fabric, and then the source, which I don't like doing, but I'm going to do it just to show you. All of a sudden now I've got more HP and more. Let me get some of these journeys. Look at that. Electrician, solar generators. I cannot build the solar generators yet until I get some of these materials. Like I said at the opening of the video, this game is designed where you will naturally encounter the materials that you need when you naturally progress through the game. Obviously, it's wanting me to go up to this area next. Where did we clear last night? It was a train station here. So we did this train station. It's level 14. And so that kind of kept us at the lower end of the material trees here. This is a level 23. So it's a little bit above me, but I'm going to start getting the materials I need out of here. So really, the best bet would be to get this teleportation port. But I don't want to go out without Troy and start doing these new POIs. But it also doesn't make a lot of sense for me to spend a lot of time here trying to do upgrades and such without him. I want to get us in a position where when he logs in, we can rock and roll. So I think I just need to do more animal. Let me check that second armor set. Armor, I did helmet. I mean, yeah. So there's chest. There's the chest. Ooh, flag. And then we'll move on to the legs. I'm short. Man, can I not just use like regular rawhide for this stuff? Like regular rawhide right there. I can. I just don't have any. And I think you can make rawhide now. It's all this. I'm still learning this whole part of it. You cannot make rawhide. I thought I saw somewhere you can make rawhide. Gear. What did I just make? A chest. Tier 1 to tier 2. Maybe I'll get lucky and get a piece of rawhide back when I disassemble the tier 1. I got a scrap. I thought you could process the scraps, or maybe it's the other way around. Let me look one more time. I don't see it. All right, let me look at the memetics and see what I can invest in to try to make life a little bit better, because this is a little bit drowny right now. Nope. All right, synthesis bench is nice. Better ammo. This is the armor piercing ammo. Never use the armor piercing ammo. This is steel, and I don't really have access to the steel yet. Go ahead and just buy into it. It's fine. Gonna eventually need it anyways. Water filters, water storage, better food, electric stove. I can't use the stove, obviously, without electricity. I can't get the electricity without the parts. I can make some better foods. That's fine. I was really, really wanting to get out. What do I need to do here? Gear storage, display, facilities, supports, roofs. Yeah, go ahead. How many got? 17 stone. Go to the stone stuff. I can do a bigger territory. It's wonderful. Big roofs. And so I'm kind of just flying through this stuff because I know there's still lots of stuff below it. And it's basically all going to get, this is all prerequisites anyways. All right, there we go. There's that. Doesn't really change much of anything. All right, I need more rawhide, I guess. Hey, you, stop running, stop running. You, yeah, right there. You, I just shot at you. Don't run. I'm not gonna kill the baby. I can't do it. I just can't bring myself to it. Yep, you're stuck. Oh. Hello? Oh. Taxidermied against the wall. Lovely. There's that. I missed what I picked up. Deer hide, deer meat. Okay, I really need to find a bigger collection of animals instead of just these onesie-twosies. Let me head back here, and I guess I can see if I can make another piece. I just made chest. Next is legs. Legs. Cold resist. Like, I really don't care about any of these resistances right now because this is the entry-level game. We don't have to worry about that. I guess I'm going to do that. Ants. I hope I don't ever. Ants here. Tier 1 to tier 2. Perfect. Tier 2. Slowly getting some upgrades done. Just picking and choosing. The big one really is the mask. That's really the thing I need to take a look at. Get a couple core pieces in the mask. The mask is very important because that is what helps filter out the pollution resistance here. From tier 1 is 12. Obviously 2 is better. Um, and if you go into a too high of a level area and you don't have a mask, you'll start taking a lot of damage. You actually get debuffs, diseases, and stuff like that, and you will not be successful. All right, one more deer, and then I'm going to move on. My pickaxe is almost caputo. Probably need to make another one soon. Got my motorcycle. Oh, right here. He respawns in these newbie areas are pretty quick, so that's good news. No, I'm leaving him alone. Okay. I really need to find a base and be in a better spot because this area is just not for us. And so I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to go explore the map a little bit, move closer to the area that I want to be in permanently. And then I will move my plot of land there. And then Troy can join me later tonight when he gets back. And then we'll relocate his base to that area. Mask, go here, tier 1, tier 2, better. Life is better. And we're going to go over all of the weapon modifications and enhancements and perks and all that stuff. It's very, very complicated. All right. I want to be, so this is the end game region here where most of the end game bosses are back up in this area. Red Sands is ultimately where I would like to be. But that may just be a little bit too high level for us. I don't want to min-max us that quickly. Gray Water Camp, we've not been there. This is going to be our next questing hub, really, because we've done Deadsville at 2, Myers at 15. So I'd like to be somewhere up in this area. Along the water is great because you have power and water and stuff. So I can't use this teleportation tower. This is probably the closest one. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab this teleportation tower. And then I'm going to head out and I'll meet you guys where I think a decent spot will be. All right, so I did decide to stop by the major city on the way. Northbound. I want to be up in this area somewhere, like I said. I did want to stop here. I grabbed this teleport tower on the way and then continued on to the big city. I'm going to grab the teleportation tower here. And oh, look, I'll never get that. And then I'm going to keep searching. All right, folks. So I think I'm in the general area where I want to be. I actually want to be closer to this area, but it's level 43 and we're just not there yet. So I'm going to stay slightly outside of that area and I'll explain why in a little bit why I want to be in that area. But right now we've got access to this tungsten, which we can't mine yet. We've got aluminum, which we can't mine yet. There will also be, there should be the lower level items in this area as well. You just have to search for it. You should have access to, what is this? More aluminum. There should still be tin. There should be copper as you go up in levels. The higher level areas still do contain the older stuff. So there's tin. I needed some of that. And there'll be copper here. And then there could be some of the precious metals as well. So I'm going to kind of grab this area here just to grab a spot. We're close to an oil rig, which means that the ground here is full of oil, which means you can pump oil out of the ground and that will give you access to making fuel for your bikes and stuff. Like, hello? So I'm going to look here. I'm going to go into this flight mode. I have not expanded my territory. I'm going to keep my... So here's the one issue about the way I built Troy's in my house. I kind of made them connect. So I wanted to make sure that was possible. So when I build this is not going to be Troy's house. This is just going to be, oh God, the tail end of mine. And as you can see, it's all underground and such. And it's just kind of cringy the way that it does that. So what I'm going to end up doing is just probably rebuilding this very small structure, especially since it doesn't connect, and let Troy relocate here with his house and try to find a better position for it so it doesn't do that same thing, because none of this really matters. This is all, oops, I don't know why that got broken. Break all this stuff. Yeah, go away. Because really, it's the territory terminal that I was really interested in. And all this stuff that's underground, you'll never even see it. Wait, how are you still showing that? Okay. Here's the territory terminal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build... Oh no. My territory is actually in the... Oh, this may be tough. Oops. I didn't realize I did that. Did not realize I built that much of it over the water. All right. We'll just do a little... Boomity boomity. I don't know how I have so much gravel and stuff on me, but that's good news. All right, so then we'll move that here. We'll move it up top here. And then I can reconstruct myself a little small outhouse type thing, and we'll get Troy moved in this area. I don't know why. I guess I didn't spend enough time trying to get it properly lined up. I just kind of plopped it down. There might still be stuff underground that I've lost access to. So anyway, so what we'll do is I'll get Troy here this afternoon. We'll get him located out here. I can't really mine much out here because my pickaxe is about dead. So I'm kind of at a stopping point. Can't do much without Troy. So I wanted to make this video. It may not make the air, but I wanted to have it just in case there was a big gap. So I'll catch you guys later. Captain Daddy, see ya.